Let Steph call his mother***ing phone. One-time NBA champ pushes Steph Curry to make desperate Giannis Antetokounmpo move amid Jimmy Butler injury****. The NBA rumor mill just went into overdrive, and this time, Steph Curry's name is right at the center of the storm. After news broke about Jimmy Butler's injury sending shockwaves through the league, a former NBA champion didn't mince words when discussing what the Golden State Warriors should do next. His message was blunt, viral, and borderline unhinged. Let Steph call his mother***ing phone. And yes, that phone belongs to Giannis Antetokounmpo. This wasn't just hot take theater. It was a challenge. A call for desperation. And maybe, just maybe, a reflection of where the Warriors truly stand in the Steph Curry era. Let's break it all down. First, we have to talk about why Jimmy Butler's injury matters so much, even to teams he doesn't play for. Butler has become the league's ultimate playoff disruptor, the guy who flips series upside down through sheer willpower. His injury instantly altered the balance of power in the Eastern Conference, opening a championship window that may not stay open for long. And when windows open in the NBA, the desperate teams don't hesitate, they jump. According to the former NBA champion who made the quote, this is exactly the kind of chaos Golden State should exploit. The Warriors are no longer the untouchable dynasty they once were. Steph Curry is still elite, still capable of nuclear scoring nights, but time is undefeated. Every season that passes without a legitimate title run feels like a missed opportunity. And while Golden State has tried to walk the line between loyalty and reinvention, that strategy is starting to crack. The blunt advice was simple: stop playing it safe. The ex-champ argued that Steph Curry has earned the right to step into a LeBron-like role, not just as a franchise player, but as a recruiter. The logic is ruthless but clear. If Steph picks up the phone and calls Giannis Antetokounmpo directly, it sends a message that the Warriors are all in, no matter the cost. Is it realistic? Maybe not. Is it reckless? Absolutely. But desperation doesn't care about realism. Giannis, after all, is the ultimate game changer. A two-way monster, a finals MVP, and one of the few players in the league who can instantly transform a roster from playoff hopeful to title favorite. Pairing Giannis with Steph Curry would create one of the most absurd inside-out combinations the league has ever seen. Spacing from hell on one end, defensive terror on the other. But here's where things get complicated. Golden State doesn't have the cleanest path to acquiring Giannis. The Bucks would demand everything: young players, draft capital, future flexibility, and probably a piece of the Chase Center for good measure. Jonathan Kuminga, Brandon Podziemski, Moses Moody, multiple first-round picks, nothing would be off the table. That's why the former champ's quote hit so hard. He wasn't talking about a calculated move. He was talking about panic mode. And panic mode, in the NBA, often leads to franchise-altering decisions. The Jimmy Butler injury only amplifies that urgency. With Butler sidelined, the East suddenly feels vulnerable. Boston looks dominant, but not invincible. Milwaukee has questions. Miami loses its edge without Jimmy. For a Warriors team clinging to the back end of contention, this might be the last moment to swing big while Steph Curry is still Steph Curry. The criticism of Golden State has been growing louder: too loyal, too cautious, too nostalgic. Draymond Green's volatility. Klay Thompson's decline. An aging core trying to outrun the calendar. The former champions take cuts through all of that noise and asks one brutal question: what are you waiting for? If the Warriors flame out again, history won't remember the restraint. It'll remember the wasted years. Of course, there's also the Giannis side of the equation. Antetokounmpo has repeatedly said he wants to win, not just compete, but win championships. If Milwaukee stalls, if injuries pile up, if the roster stagnates, the pressure on Giannis to explore other options will intensify. And when that happens, teams with bold stars and championship infrastructure rise to the top of the list. Golden State checks those boxes. Steph Curry calling Giannis wouldn't guarantee anything. But it would signal intent. It would tell the league that the Warriors aren't content fading quietly into the play-in conversation. They want one last, reckless run at immortality. And that's what made the quote go viral. It wasn't about tampering. It wasn't even about Giannis specifically. It was about mindset. A former champion recognizing that championship windows don't close gently, they slam shut. Jimmy Butler's injury may not involve the Warriors directly, but its ripple effect could reshape the entire league. And if Golden State hesitates while others pounce, the Steph Curry era risks ending not with a bang, but with a whimper. So when the former champ said, let Steph call his mother***ing phone, he wasn't being crude for clicks. He was voicing what many fans are afraid to admit.